In this last Mare of Easttown episode number 5, it gives us the ability to eliminate a lot of suspects. I think we have narrowed the field down. In this video, we will go over all the new clues, and then we will go over all the suspects eliminated and the one that we have to shine a light on the brightest. And in the end, I will tell you exactly who the killer is. What up to all my thugs, nerds, geeks, and freaks? You're now rocking with the best of Don Tony Teflon. And if you can, please thumbs up this video and subscribe, because if this video hits 500 likes, I will give away 1 month of HBO Max to a subscriber who leaves a comment on this video. You gotta be in it to win it, people. This was the most dramatic episode yet of Mare of Easttown. We have a lot to talk about, and I do believe that we can start eliminating many of these suspects that we thought could have been the perpetrator, and a lot of theories we can throw out the window. Number one, I know people are going to say that the person who was the abductor has nothing to do with the murder of Aaron, and I'm here to tell you that I still believe that they are connected. 100% I do. I know we seen him get taken out by Mare, and listen, this was dramatic. I did not expect to see Quicksilver get taken out that quick. You know what I mean? I guess he wasn't fast enough to pull that gun out at all, because he got capped. I mean, this guy hit him with a straight headshot from Call of Duty. But as this video goes on, I will explain exactly why I feel that way. So let's start right from the beginning, what we see and what we know going through this. First up is Deacon Mark, everybody's number one suspect. I even thought that he had a great chance to be the kidnapper, because when we looked at the build that we seen from the guy last week, he did fit that body type. Obviously, he is not the kidnapper, but could he still be the killer of Aaron? He admits that he did pick Aaron up. He did have the bike, and he did drop her off in the place where she was murdered at. So he has a lot of ties to this girl. But when we see her friend going through her diary, it doesn't say any wrongdoing in that diary. It says that he's trying to get her right with God. So for that, I think I'm going to have to eliminate this man and think that he has nothing to do with it. Seeing the way he was treated, beat up, because people had the story of him and the young girl be out there, exposed him, just shows why he is so scared for the story to be released. He claims it didn't happen, but even if you just get the accusation, you get results like that. So that's a fair assessment of why he would do what he did, throw away the bike. Of course, people are going to suspect him. I've said all along that it's just too obvious for it to be him. They truly wanted you to believe that it was him. They pointed that finger directly at him over and over again. For that, I can't see it being him whatsoever. There is one thing that gives me pause, to makes me think that possibly he could be involved. And that is that the final episode, episode number 7, is titled Sacrament. Since that's dealing with a religious ceremony or ritual, it makes me think that somehow that this could mean that somehow in the last episode he is involved some way. Or if not him, Mare's cousin, Father Dan. He could be involved. It's not pointing towards him. They're doing everything to make you think it has nothing to do with him. But that makes me suspicious. When I see things like that, it makes me think, why are you trying to focus? We're trying to make us think it's the other man who's holy, but it could be this holy man who's truly dirty in the end. Next up, without a doubt, is the new person that they want you to think did it, and they are leaning on heavily that he had a chance to do that, and that is Dylan. He is someone who was supposed to be the baby's father, we know we would have the motive. That would be he did not want to pay for his son's ear surgery. That would be the motive for him to kill the girl. So he gets his spot blown up this episode by his girlfriend, who he's trying to blow off. Why you would try to blow her off at this particular time is weird to me that he would do that. But she says specifically that after they got into that encounter with Aaron, he left the house that night. Now that's nothing no one could have known until she said that. If we didn't hear that this episode, there's no way for us to know that he left the house that night. He tries to deny it, but she calls him out on it. So he definitely left the house that night. We also know that he's the mastermind behind the diary schemes. He's the one who told this chick to give Mare the false information of where these diaries were hidden. They go back, they find the diaries, and they burn them. Now this girl, she looks in the diary, and while she's looking at it, she finds a picture. She takes the picture out and she puts it in her pocket. Then we see this cat steal the money that she was saving up for herself. It wasn't even a lot of money, and this cat stole it. So it's just trying to show you that he's grimy and he's money hungry. So it would be a good motive, him not wanting to pay this bill, for him to take her out. The only thing we have to ask ourselves about this is the fact that Deacon said that she received the call or a text, I forgot exactly what it was, but some form of communication to tell her to go back to this place where she got murdered, and he dropped her off. Would she, if she was contacted again by this guy after what just happened, would she go meet this person? Would she go back out there? She was already catfished once. Would she fall for another catfishing if that's what they attempt? If he said it was him and he truly put himself out there like, hey baby, I'm sorry what happened. Can you come meet and let's talk about this? Would she truly fall for that and go back out there? Also, we have to know, it's very important that you know this. The person who is the killer had to know about that she got into a fight at that park, because they dropped her back off at that park. So they had to know her whereabouts before she got with the Deacon, right? They are the only people that we know that did know about that is Dylan and the Deacon that are suspects. So without a doubt, with all the evidence that we do see, he has to be the #1 suspect. But are they again trying to push you towards this person? Are they trying to push you? Why would all those people be involved in this whole situation? Why would they all go along with it? This was his personal problem, and it seems like they're all down with it. So why would they all go along with it when it truly has nothing to do with them and only to do with him? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Now, last but certainly not least are the people I told you last week that were the ones who did that, and that is the Ross brothers, John and Billy. And 100%, I'm telling you, I am still in tune thinking that they are the ones who did it. Let's go through the evidence. When Mare interviews the sex worker, she says specifically that the person that took her and put her inside the van was someone with a beard. That was the person she was fighting with. That person had a beard. When we see the guy who's holding those girls hostage, he has no beard. No beard at all. But the person who does have a beard is John Ross. He has a beard. Also, we learned that he's a cheater. He gets exposed for cheating on his wife, and he's also willing to have his son cover for him and try to keep it from him. So this is not a good guy we're talking about here, right? He is not a good guy whatsoever. Before he moves out, he says to his son, "It's my fault, I'm gonna make this right." So that's saying that he's not in love with this woman that he's doing this with. It must be a sex thing. And if it's a sex thing, he could be down with the man who kidnapped these girls. He could be an accomplice of that. I do think that wrapped up a little bit too fast for the story just to be ended there and they just killed the suspect who did it, that to me, that really seems fishy. Wants you to think, all right, this case is closed and now it's a whole different chapter. But we have to remember that Erin does have a connection to these people who are sex workers. She was on that site also. There's no reason for them to bring up that information or put that in there unless somehow I believe it's tied together. And I think that this man with the beard that the sex worker described as the person who tried to choke her out while they were in the van. Listen, just because we seen that one guy holding the van and holding it down does not mean that he couldn't have been, sitting in the backseat or sitting home and somehow John went out and took his van to do this. It could be there's two girls there. Why would that one guy need two girls? That girl seemed to be there by herself for a full year, and now all of a sudden he went out to get somebody else. Seems a little suspicious to me. That's why I believe it has to be more, and more is John Ross. Now let's talk about his brother Billy. First things first, let's just get this right off the open. He is the baby's daddy. I think that we all can just agree upon that. Billy's the baby daddy. He admitted and lied and got nervous when they said that Erin stayed with him. I told you, if you look at my last episode, I told you that's the reason why that would be hidden, that he was the baby's father. Without a doubt, he got nervous real quick. He left his full beard. He didn't even touch that beard. All of a sudden, I gotta go. He tried to lie about it and he got called out on it. He got flustered and he pulled out of that situation as fast as he could. And we see Mare was all over it. She peeped all that 100%. This guy's the baby's dad. There's no doubt about it. Now, is he involved in the other things? I don't really think he is. I think he's more embarrassed that he was sleeping with his cousin's daughter and that he got her pregnant and he's the baby's dad. Now, that's where I would lean towards that. If I had to look at Dylan as being the actual killer and his people being the killer and this guy being the baby's daddy, it seems like somehow it's going to end like that, and his brother somehow being down with the man in the bar and being a part of that whole sex kidnapping ring. But you tell me in the comment section what you think. And if we're going to go through the whole episode, everything, this is just me talking about who the killer is. But if you're interested, I want to hear from you. You can do that. Tomorrow we're doing a live stream, me and Elamar, like we do every week. And we'll go through everything. And I want you to join us live and everyone in the live chat and tell us who you think killed it. And we will go through all the whole episode while we do that. Please join us. I will have a link in the description and also pinned to the top of this comment section. So make sure you subscribe and thumbs up this video, enable notifications so you know exactly when we go live. Until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay sexy.